Through the fire, to the limit, and to the wall, this Elestriad is coming down to its final matches, and you do not want to miss any of the action. If you want to catch up on all the Elestriads so far, you can ask your parents' permission before going online to Elestriad.com, where you can see that it all comes down to this. In the Frost corner, we have representing Team Cryoscorch's Espira, who's looking to help close out a victory that is just within reach for his team. In the Thunder corner, representing the fearsome, the talented, and let's face it, attractive Imperawatts. Oh captain, my captain, MBT is looking to lead his team to what feels just so far away. And finally, representing the voice in your head, what's up my Nimbugs, and hello Elestriad faithful, my name is Swolax, and welcome back to the exciting final moments of Elestriad Season 2. Espira is lacking on some key removal that his fellow casters have had access to all season.
Not too much that we're looking for here in these packs. We really just want EQ. It's what we've been looking for the past couple of weeks.
Earthquake might just make the difference, and Espira is down to his last pack, but Earthquake is just not there. Espira will have to get creative today without such powerful removal. Seems like both these casters though are looking for something very specific, but luck seems to be more in MBT's favor.
I traded away all my tsunamis, so I would like the tsunamis back, please. Spark it. Thunderbolt. Hey, apparently I can be very greedy. Awesome.
Trust me, those tsunamis did not go to waste. MBT's luck doesn't just stop with a tsunami that he's been looking for. He's even been rendered speechless by a gorgeous full art Emphyrix.
Oh! Oh, whoa. Yeah, you got it.
These transitions could not be easier to write, as it's not just beautiful cards that are bringing the heat. Espira, lay it out for us, and what did you bring to today's clash?
Coming down to this, we have very few opportunities to be able to take a game away from the Imperawatts. I have not been able to change up my deck much at all over the past 5 weeks. Unfortunately, upgrades like EQs keep on fading me. However, I have slowly been picking up the pieces to at least go for something that might be able to squeak a game out against a full power Thunder Nexus deck, which is what MBT is rocking with this week. We're going Trifernal. This deck did a number of things, and we don't have the consistency pieces. We don't have Hephaestus. We don't have the ability to get bags. So it's a little bit janky. We're relying on Volcanic Forge and a misenchanted Kione to be able to go into Exalt Flare to then Blazers to then Trifernal. And of course, we're running Eruptions as well, because that card's done incredibly well against my team this entire season. So maybe it can work well for us. And of course, Chariot backup to guaranteed going off. So fingers crossed that we're able to close out a game with a little bit of fire.
This list looks crazy, and it just might work. Through whatever may come, Espira brings this terrifying deck to this clash, hoping to catch MBT off guard with things like that Exalt Flare to easily ascend into threatening fire Elestrals like Blazerus, which can go even further beyond into the powerful Trifernal for massive damage. And he'll need all the offense he can, as even MBT has noticed a certain card missing from Espira's card pool. Looking at MBT's deck today and his prime reaction, it is no surprise that he's rocking up with a very straightforward Thunder strategy. Though he seems to have a pretty strong lineup of counter runes. The incredibly versatile Altar of Stars makes an appearance here, which will combo very well with Elestrals like Astrabbit and Toxion, allowing for their effects to bring MBT closer to victory. He's also rocking up with a lot of powerful removal like Race the Top, Resting on Your Laurels, and of course the card that has evaded Espira, Earthquake, which MBT's insights on that were, illuminating. Daybreak is the newest premier set from Elestrals, with powerful cards like Celestlio, Chronodile, and of course, Eddie. You do not want to miss out, so go to shopelestrals.com for this exciting new set. Again, that is shopelestrals.com, and don't forget to ask your parents' permission before going online. But what you don't need their permission for is this epic clash. MBT starts off strong today with an Astrabbit in defense, allowing him to look at the top 3 cards of his deck and adding 1 to the hand. MBT is going to go ahead and set 2 in the back row and pass back to Espira, a very strong defensive board that Espira is facing down, but let's see what Espira has to offer. Looking to throw down a Water Spirit onto the board. I bet you MBT was not expecting this. A small Tuga defense of Espira's own. Going to go ahead and search out one fire cost Elestral from the deck and add it to the hand. Normally here, this would be a strong start and a powerful Necrof, but he's gonna go ahead and elect for the Comagma. Comagma is pretty interesting here because it might tell that Espira has that Necrof already in hand. Espira's gonna go ahead and set one card and pass back to MBT. MBT is going to go ahead and cast out an Elestral of his own. It is going to be a second Astrabbit hitting the board. Man, this is a defensive wall that Espira is having to look down. That removal that Espira is missing is looking quite nice, but MBT is gonna go ahead and look at the top three, add one, and pass. Espira is gonna go ahead and start off with a Volcanic Forge, looking to boost Fire Enchanted Elestrals by +1/+1 and bring out a Fire Enchanted Elestral of, could be that Comagma. It is the Necrof. That is a big body of a 6 attacker for Espira, looking to maybe threaten these Astrabbits. Now the wall isn't looking too scary, potentially taking out either the back row here, a Shield of Achilles, maybe even a Gorgon's Gaze, Tsunami, in fact, that one copy of Tsunami. But no, the Astrabbit goes down. The defenses are breaking. That wall is almost gone. Just one more turn. It looks like it's also going to burn for an extra additional Spirit from Necrof's effect, passing back to MBT. Looks like these two casters are looking at breaking each other's boards back and forth. There's a lot on the line here, but a resting on your laurels comes down. Oh, Espira played in right into that powerful removal by trying to break over these big bodies of Astrabbit. Necrof with that 6 attack is looking pretty tempting for MBT to snipe, but it looks to destroy instead the Smoltuga. Very surprising. That's a very threatening Necrof. I wonder if he has a Zeus in hand to potentially take care of it. It's a Mount Olympus instead. This Mount Olympus is going to go ahead and clear out that Volcanic Forge, bringing the Necrof back down to a 5 and bringing this Spark It up to a 5. Spark on the board could potentially crash here, but might be a little bit risky with the 1 counter rune. So MBT is going to think hard about this, and he's going to Nexus off of the Olympus, saying, I don't need this. And I'm going to activate Sparkit's effect to look at the hand and take one out, and Astrabbit's effect to gain advantage. Espira here with a tough choice, going to Gorgon's Gaze. Gorgon's Gaze, one of these targets, it's kind of hard to choose because either you're going to deny card advantage from your opponent or you're going to deny that powerful hand ripping effect. And it looks like that's going to be the Sparkit effect that he's going to stop here, which potentially could also save this Necrof if a Zeus is in hand. Let's see what MBT has to offer here. It's an Earthquake! Yo, MBT with just the mass amounts of removal able to clear the entire board with the Mount Olympus, the Sparkit, and also this Earthquake coming down. MBT is going to go ahead and bring this Astrabbit to attack, swinging in for 3 damage here on an open board. This is not what you want to see if you are Espira in this position. Now, the Spirit differential is not too crazy here. Espira is up 1, so there's potential here for Espira to build a board and come back himself. This Comagma is going to drop down on the board, allowing him to see a card and discard 1, potentially seeing something out of this strategy. MBT is going to think a little bit hard about this one and see if he's going to flip over a counter rune here. It's going to be the Gaze. Gorgon's Gaze is going to drop on this Comagma. Not a typical play that you would see here, because normally that 1 extra card in the cycle from discarding from your hand isn't that impactful, but looks like he also potentially wants to save the Spark It out for another Volcanic Forge comes down, boosting the Comagma to 5. Looks like that Gorgon's Gaze is looking stronger each and every time. MBT's gonna go ahead and draw for a turn here. He's got out a big Comagma and a Volcanic Forge with his little guys. Let's see what he has brewing up today. He has Jolton coming down. That is the exact out that he's looking for. Wow, what a crazy lineup of offense here from the Thunder player MBT. Going to go ahead and bring down the Mount Olympus. Thunder is in its home turf today. Denying these Volcanic Forges left and right. Very important, as Thunder is not very big, and so this will allow for MBT to swing over this Comagma, maybe even trade. But it looks like this race to the top too. Every single removal, the resting, the Earthquake, race to the top. And now Sparkit's going to go ahead and freely combo off, going to go ahead and Nexus to Astrabbit, allowing the combo to fully go through as a Espira board is just completely open. Now Espira's going to show the hand here. And that's going to go ahead and be Comagma, Smoltuga, Exalt Flare. Looks like no counter runes in the grip. That is quite terrifying. Going to go ahead and rip the Comagma just to deny a little bit of card advantage here. And of course, MBT is going to, I was going to say swing for face, but he just is going to try to do everything possible. This hand must be insane, with an Ambrosia to heal back to 10 spirits here as he attacks Espira, bringing him back down to what was previously MBT's 7 spirits. This is looking like a closed game already. This is a very dominating board, but it might just not be over. That Exalt Flare in hand can be very tricky depending on what Espira can draw here. Potentially one defensive Elestral can make it big. And the defensive Elestral that he gets, it looks like he's going to go ahead and drop a Smoltuga onto the board. Smoltuga's effect might be activating here to grab a Nekruff, or maybe even another Comagma, just so he can see extra cards. We'll see what he grabs here. It's going to be an Exalt Flare. Very interesting to grab here. He's going to go ahead and bring down a Volcanic Forge. Not entirely sure on the Volcanic Forge as Smoltuga is water enchanted, so it's not going to obtain the boost. But it doesn't look like it's going to matter. Elichik is going to come down, the other Thunder Elestral that you would love to see, picking up a Zeus from the deck and the gorgeous the Stone Art from the Shattered Stars. That might just be over, as Zeus is just enough to bring Smoltuga down, but he doesn't really need it. It looks like MBT is going to elect to go ahead and try to gain more card advantage, maybe just looking for even more hard removal by activating Sparket's Nexus effect onto Astrabbit, allowing him to rip an Exalt Flare from the hand. Look at the top 3 cards in the deck, add 1 to hand, and now this is looking like it's close to over. MBT is going to go ahead and disenchant from this Zeus to bring down the Smoltuga to a 2 defense body, which is not going to be a problem for his Elestrals at all. And I believe this would then be just enough spirit damage to take Espira down to 0 spirits with the 1 off the forge for a potential Ambrosia, but this is looking as clean as ever. Sparket's going to go ahead and swing into the Smoltuga. Gonna take it out onto the board and swing for 5 spirits directly. That's a lot of damage. He didn't even need the 2 back row. I don't think there's a single card that can do it from Espira. It looks like he's smiling, he knows. Nothing off the top. Gonna go ahead and concede here to MBT for this clash. Congratulations, Captain, my captain, for taking it here today for the, of course, extremely attractive Team Imperawatts. I have no clue what's been going on inside of these last couple clashes in the Elestriad, but I'm very much okay with it, as the Imperawatts are holding on for dear life, while the Cryoscorches seem like they are right there. But let me know what you guys think of this clash and also the Elestriad inside the comment section down below. While you're down there, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you guys can stay tuned for more epic clashes, and of course, check out Elestriad.com for the current standings and shop Elestrals.com for all your Daybreak needs. I've been Swoleax, you've been great, and thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more electrifying Elestriad action. Peace out.